In 1813, the very first Kentucky colonel ever was commissioned. This is now a civic organization that does things on behalf of Kentuckians and the Commonwealth as a whole by providing resources where they're needed.
The Honorable Order has one mission at its heart: to improve the lives of people in Kentucky.
The Honorable Order's Good Works program affected the lives of 3.9 million Kentuckians. There are only a little less than 4.5 million people in the state, so the Honorable Order has touched the lives of more than half the population.
One colonel once told us, "You give my money away better than I could ever hope to."
The Honorable Order of Kentucky Colonels have given us grants through the years. The first grant that we received from the Kentucky Colonels was for a printer. And before that, we had an Okadata printer that just clicked along. This one just sped up the process and allowed us to be able to do more for our people and to increase their paychecks. They love the paychecks. They don't care how big they are. If they're $15, we had one that went to the bank once and it was like $15.60. Just told the teller, keep the change. So.
I'm a caregiver and twin sister to Kevin Bowman. We call him Bud. Bud's a participant at Harbor House of Louisville. He's been at Harbor House for about 17 years. Harbor House is our home away from home. It's a safe place. It's a very loving place. And the minute I walked in the door, it was like I knew that he was home. It's okay.
I remember a visit from one of the colonels. He came in to visit with a couple of the founding parents and me. And he shook my hand. It was the warmest handshake I think I ever received in my life. He cupped both of his hands with mine and said, "And you're on your way."
2000 flight, the very first honor flight took place. And since then, it's grown to 42 states. It's got one mission: fly the World War II Korean and Vietnam veterans to see their service memorials.
My name is Vincent Grammarosa. I went into the service when I was 17. Took about 30 days on the boat to get to the Philippine Islands. We had landed in Philippine Islands, and who do you think had guard duty the first night along the jungle? Was me, and let me tell you, I was scared. That's when I grew up.
Some of them, the welcome home is something they never got. When you think about World War II and the victory parades, well, that was fine for those 2 weeks that they had those, but there were people that returned from the war for the next 2 years who had served in the occupation. Same for the Korean War. Look at the Vietnam vets.
I couldn't believe the people that were there. I appreciate everything that they had given me, the honor of flights. This was the highlight of my life. I was never forgotten.
We've had a lot of great involvement with the Kentucky Colonels through a grant program. And this grant helps us fly those World War II veterans and Korean War veterans and Vietnam veterans for free. We've had anonymous donors as well, but the Honorable Order of Kentucky Colonels has been very fluent with us just about every single year for the last several years that I've been involved with the program.
It's so hard to put into words what the colonels really mean to me, because on the surface, they're giving us grants to pay for stuff for our program. But when you really get down to, they believe in what we do. They see what we do and the value in it, and they understand why it's so important. Well, we never set out to do this. We never have said, we're gonna do this and it's gonna get this big and we're gonna have all this great stuff and have all these great opportunities. It just kind of like falls right in front of us, so it's been fun.
Not only is it fun, it's teaching them things. It's teaching them about teamwork. It's teaching them how to be a good person. It's teaching them responsibility, because you work hard, you get to do cool things.
Some of the kids that have graduated from the Leopards have gone on to do music, and they do really well. And then some of them have just turned out to be really good humans. You know, that's kind of what we're shooting for. We're not really going for the greatest musicians in the world. We want kids to have just a a great experience when they're young, something that they can carry on into their adult life and realize if you work hard for something, it's better when you get it than if you don't work hard for it. Some of these kids can really play, and some of them struggle. But the ones that are struggling, we're going to prop them up and make them feel as good as we can, because that's what our society does, or should do.
I'm always humbled and grateful for any support from folks in the community. I think the Colonels are awesome. They're awesome for our community. They're awesome for Harbor House, and we just love them.
For the support that we get from a parent or a guardian, caregiver, it means the world. It truly does.
The Honorable Order of Kentucky Colonels is able to do so much for Kentucky thanks to the generous contributions from our members. Anyone can help the Order grow. You can nominate anyone to be a Kentucky Colonel, and anyone can donate to the Good Works program.
And it's all possible because the Colonel gave